I don't understand why pundits like Van Jones, like Scott Jennings, for instance, are not sick of being embarrassed by saying that Donald Trump has changed. Is this the night that he becomes presidential? There were no actual olive branches when you look at the policies that he was talking about. He was talking to that room and that room only. He was not talking to Nikki Haley's voters. He was not talking to left-leaning independents. These are some of the things that he did that are just standard Donald Trump rally going. Crazy Nancy Pelosi, name checking Joe Biden. He had said, I am not going to talk about the president. I'm not going to use his name. Talking relentlessly about the migrant invasion and what the migrants are doing in the country.
Well, that's true.
More election.
That's true.
Okay. More election denying. They cheated. We'll never let that happen again. I'm a victim. He had, even in the text, Eileen Cannon was a call out, which is not particularly unifying, saying she did the right thing by tossing the Mar-a-Lago case, which conservatives, even like Jonathan Turley, say is the most serious one. Praising people like Viktor Orban, saying that Kim Jong-un misses him. The Taliban calls him. No, you don't miss it. Guess what, guys?
He's an entertainer.
You know what?
You missed this.
3 of 5 people at this table, I know how you're voting, right? I know Charlie likes Trump, I know you like Trump, and I know like you like Trump. But guess what? You guys can't do it alone. You need other people.
That was Fox News liberal Jessica Tarlov doing what she always does, and that is shutting down MAGA. And not only that, she did a perfect job calling out the mainstream media, something that is not done enough, and especially not done enough right now, for pretending that Donald Trump has somehow changed his tone in the past couple of days, that speech from the RNC, his acceptance speech, wasn't as deranged and dehumanizing to immigrants or people that the Republican Party wants to strip their rights of. I just don't know why the mainstream media is pretending like this is a different Donald Trump, but I'm so glad that Jessica is calling it out. And clearly her co-host, or MAGA co-host, got very mad at her for not spewing propaganda like they do at Fox, but they got even more upset at her when she actually went in and criticized the speech piece by piece, and it's just so incredible. We're going to check it out, but before we do, make sure if you haven't already that you hit the subscribe button and you hit a thumbs up on this video. If you end up liking it, it really means the world to me and helps us build this movement. But like I said, we're going to check out her triggering her MAGA co-host. Let's check it out.
Viktor Orban, saying that Kim Jong-un misses him. The Taliban calls him. No, you don't miss it. Guess what, guys?
He's an entertainer.
You know what?
You missed this.
3 of 5 people at this table, I know how you're voting, right? I know Charlie likes Trump, I know you like Trump, and I know like you like Trump. But guess what? You guys can't do it alone. You need other people. And what is the obsession with Hannibal Lecter? Can someone explain to me? It's like Reagan and it's not funny. It's so weird. He was a sociopath that ate people's faces.
Everybody knows he's a sociopath.
You have lunatics coming across the border. You have criminals coming across the border.
You don't want me.
You have rapists coming across the border.
You don't want me to describe what was done to a 12-year-old girl.
But he did that too.
Do you? Do you want me to describe it?
I absolutely know what happened. But if you think, again,
Well,
that it's
but we've
unifying...
got a lot
What
of
did he
this.
say about the border that wasn't true?
Right, exactly.
People don't like the classification of it as an invasion. They don't like to hear
Well, they don't like the truth.
That's too bad.
Again, you guys are already sold on the package. You know
Okay.
who isn't? White suburban women who are saying, guess what? I care about my reproducctive rights, and I don't want to
Okay.
demean...
He didn't,
calling it
we're
different.
talking migrant invasion.
talking about that.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Migrant invasion has
I
to do
heard
with the
you.
illegality that is being brought into this country.
I'm not a big dum-dum. I know what it's about.
Well, so
I'm saying
why
the
is
way
that not? Isn't that not what's happening?
He talked about it was gratuitous.
He
and
said
it was
we
not
want
the
people
way...
to come into our country.
It is
but they
the
have to
number
come into our
one
country.
issue.
Sandra,
It is the number one issue.
9,000 extra words.
that's
You don't think
So what? They listened.
No, they didn't. They fell asleep and people were leaving. I was on the floor.
Oh my
How much
gosh.
would you give if Joe Biden could give a 92-minute speech?
I don't want to hear Joe Biden for 92 minutes, and I don't want to hear Donald Trump for 92 minutes.
So you didn't
no
need
one
to
wanted
listen.
I
America
did.
listened. And America will speak on November 5th.
I can't wait.
Me neither, Jessica.
You know that Jessica is right when her co-hosts, her MAGA co-hosts, get mad, start trying to yell over her because they don't have an actual alternative argument or they don't have the facts on their side. That's why they're on the Fox propaganda network. But Jessica was right. Donald Trump's speech was bad. People were falling asleep. It was so long and rambling and incoherent. And when it was coherent, it was idiotic and just frankly bad. and it showed exactly why we have to reject Donald Trump at the ballot box. So Jessica was spot on about how terrible the speech was. And again, it is just crazy to me that the mainstream media is trying to say that Donald Trump has taken a different tone, that he's a new candidate lately. It is just completely untrue. And it is good to see it being called out. And that's not the only calling out and shutting down that Jessica did. She also shut down some lies from her co-host. So let's check that out.
It's not like we don't know.
I mean, here's what Trump does so well. He sticks to the basics. Yeah. You want to reduce prices? Drill. Create an opportunity for abundant energy that lowers costs for everything.
Under Joe Biden.
Why does he fight of Joe Biden? Joe Biden has strangled that. He stopped pipelines. He stopped drilling. He's made permits impossible to get.
Why does that's not true? No, it's not.
Why does he?
This is one of the big MAGA talking points right now, and there are a couple others that I want to cover, but let's start on this first. Saying that energy is down or that we're no longer energy independent under President Biden, just entirely not true. We are actually energy independent for the first time in over 40 years because of President Biden. And President Biden has in fact made money with his oil trading and kept oil prices, gas prices down because he knows what he's doing. He has experience in the job and is being effective as president. So I don't really understand that. The other lie that MAGA has tried to push recently is that crime is at all-time highs, when in fact, every statistic will show you that crime is at all-time lows. The crime that is at all-time highs actually is former president crime, but we can chalk those 34 felonies up to Donald Trump. Yeah, he's the only one setting historic records for crime with his 34 felonies. So yeah, I don't really think we need to talk about crime, MAGA, unless you want to talk about your candidate for president's crime. And I'll just leave it there. But Jessica didn't just leave it there with her shutting down MAGA and calling out their talking points. Earlier at the convention, we saw Republicans try to accuse President Biden of being responsible for why we're seeing this heightened temperature and disruptive and uneasy political climate. They try to blame Joe Biden for the disgraceful assassination attempt on Donald Trump, but that's just not the case. Joe Biden hasn't been pushing rhetoric that encourages political violence. Actually, it's the opposite. He's been trying to calm the temperature, and it's Donald Trump that is pushing this rhetoric. And Jessica put it so perfectly that we're going to check it out. Let's see.
But nobody who's being an honest broker can possibly believe that the Democratic rhetoric is the problem here. So if the issue is that we're saying all the time that he's like Hitler and he's a threat to democracy, and by the way, J.D. Vance has also said that he's like Hitler, and I guess he's redeemed now. But Donald Trump sent a fundraising email just last week that said Joe Biden is a threat to democracy. And only one of these candidates has inspired people who sent pipe bombs to leading Democrats across the country, who has inspired mass shooters. Talk about firing up the base. Donald Trump has been doing that since 2016. Remember when he said the Second Amendment people could take care of it? Right, when he was talking about Hillary Clinton abolishing the Second Amendment and she'll get to appoint judges. He talked about, remember that congressman from Montana who body slammed a reporter and he said, he's my type. He retruthed or whatever it was, a video of Joe Biden hogtied. Just back in my...
That was hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Your examples
hilarious.
are so tiny.
No, they're
We're
not.
talking about an attempted assassination that left a man dead. A shooter groomed and incentivized by a drumbeat of demonization.
You have no idea what that
call people. You can call people.
And like I said earlier in this video, when Jessica Tarlov upsets her co-host, her MAGA co-host on the Fox Propaganda Network, you just know she has made a perfect argument. And they were clearly furious because Jessica actually has the truth on her side. And if you want to continue to see awesome videos of Jessica Tarlov shutting down MAGA, make sure you are subscribed to this channel. Hit that subscribe button. And if you like this video, you like Jessica Tarlov, let me know in the comments. We'll do more videos about Jessica Tarlov. I think we should, because she is incredible. And if you are a first-time subscriber of this channel, let me know in the comments. I'd love to thank you for your support. And as always, if you watch to the end, drop a blue heart in the comments as well, so I can thank you for being a part of the movement that is this channel. We are growing fast, and it is so incredible to see. I am really, really grateful for all of y'all's support. It is incredible. So I cannot wait to see y'all next time, and that's what I will do. I'll see y'all soon.